Family haulers have come a long way since their awkward early days as basic geometric shapes with wheels. Thankfully, the midsize SUV market has risen to the occasion and staked its claim as the socially acceptable family vehicle you actually want to drive. One of the elder statesmen in this segment is the Toyota Highlander, a favorite among midsize SUV buyers who place safety, dependability, and ease of use above all else. Also, people with an insatiable love for sci-fi fantasy. But the Highlanders always lack, well, a soul. And in this hotly contested category, practicality alone doesn't cut it anymore. So, did the changes made to the new Highlander amount to a more exciting package? Design-wise, we're inclined to say mission accomplished, and not in a George Bush landing on an aircraft carrier kind of way either. From dynamically sculpted sheet metal to the grill-licious front end, the third-generation Highlander takes on a decidedly robust aesthetic. Once inside, the theme transitions from outwardly masculine to surprisingly upscale, as the dash layout and accompanying materials combine to produce a near Lexus-like level of refinement. Like most Toyotas, you don't need to break out the owner's manual to operate core functions like climate and audio. Speaking of which, this next-generation multimedia interface is actually one of the most intuitive in the business. Plus, at 8 inches, it's considerably larger than that of the outgoing touchscreen. There's also a handy utility shelf below the dash for storing and charging electronics. But as you can plainly see, even salad fingers would need to get up out of his seat to adjust certain controls. Ergonomic quirks aside, Toyota backed up the Highlander's newfound sense of style with a more compliant ride. The bumbling truck-like feel is gone, and in its place is the forgiving, car-like type of composure one expects from a unibody SUV. Bumps, ruts, potholes, really any pavement deformity you'll see throughout America's crumbling infrastructure is dispatched without drama. Sight lines are equally good, and the low dash and high seating position afford a commanding view of the road ahead. On the flip side, the Highlander isn't the quietest vehicle in its class, nor is it the most fun to drive. But hey, let's face it, most midsize SUV shoppers would gladly sacrifice handling performance for comfort. Then again, the Highlander can run with the best of them when it comes to straight line performance. That is to say, if you disregard the base model's standard 185 horsepower 4-cylinder engine. The rest of the Highlander lineup uses a 270 horsepower 3.5-liter V6 mated to a 6-speed transmission. Base LE models employ a 6-speed automatic as well, while the Highlander Hybrid directs 280 net system horsepower through a continuously variable transmission. Highlander Hybrids also include on-demand all-wheel drive as standard, with V6 models offering full-time all-wheel drive as an option. Because the Highlander tips the scales at more than 2 tons, 4-cylinder and V6 fuel economy is nearly identical, and, as you may have guessed, the Highlander Hybrid carries the MPG torch by virtue of its 28 city, 28 highway rating. On the versatility side of the ledger, the latest Highlander boasts seating for 8, matching the people-schlepping potential of the Chevrolet Traverse and Honda Pilot. Range-topping limited models soldier on with a 7-passenger cabin, ditching the 60-40 split second row in favor of captain's chairs divided by a collapsible center tray. The second row of the Highlander is actually a really nice place to be. But as I move to the third row, the dynamic changes completely. Oh, God, I can't even fit. But if you're in need of a with seats that slide and recline, sunshades, climate control, and armrest, the second row of the Highlander is a nice place to be. But as I move to the third row, the dynamic changes completely. This is by no means a penalty box, but those who need an adult-friendly third row should look at the Nissan Pathfinder. Fold both rows of seats, and the Highlander can swallow over 83 cubic feet of stuff. Even so, gaining access to the cargo bay is an exercise in frustration. Seriously, I've seen drawbridges move faster than the optional power liftgate. Other options include a rear seat Blu-ray entertainment center, 3-zone climate control, panoramic moonroof, and a driver technology package comprised of Safety Connect telematics, adaptive cruise control, a blind spot monitor, and a pre-collision system. Perhaps the most bizarre item is Driver Easy Speak, which amplifies the driver's voice to rear passengers through the audio speakers. Finally, a strain-free way to yell at your kids. Additional equipment like a backup camera, touchscreen audio with a 6.1-inch display, automatic headlight control, and 18-inch alloys are included at the $30,000 base price, while premium accoutrements such as navigation with mobile app integration, perforated leather seating, and wood grain accents are issued as standard fare in the $43,000 limited trim. At these prices, the Toyota Highlander shares the crowded middle ground of the three-row SUV pricing spectrum with Nissan's Pathfinder, the Dodge Durango, GMC Acadia, Mazda CX-9, Honda Pilot, and the Chevy Traverse. So, will this new breed of Highlander win over more than just practical-minded buyers? Taking the package as a whole? Yeah, probably. With enticing looks and luxury, the Highlander no longer forces you to choose between practicality and emotion. But if for some reason your vision of the perfect family SUV differs from that of Toyota's, don't worry, you've got plenty of alternatives.